All right, my friends. Now, if you have not heard of Falkor Fusion, they are a famous, beautifully discovered egg roll that comes to us from a food truck. The food truck was run by a man named Joseph Feldman. It still is. He's been cooking his whole life, and he operates the Falkor Fusion food truck. Now, of the items that he offered on the food truck, the egg roll started flying out, and he just had a super high demand for these deliciously crispy, packed with filling egg rolls. They go beyond an appetizer. They truly become a full meal. These are just now back in stock. It's a more just arrived moment. We have not had them because these options are for shrimp, veggie, or pork egg rolls, or because you're getting 20, you can go for 20 of each of those, right? 20 shrimp, 20 veggie, or 20 pork, or go 10 of each in each flavor. So you can go 10 shrimp, 10 veg, 10 shrimp, 10 pork, or 10 veg, 10 pork options. $79 is your QVC price. These are always so popular at that price. They fly out of here. Your easy pay is $19.75. The wonderful Joseph Feldman is joining us from his food truck. It's so great to have you here, Joseph.
It's great to be here. It's a little bit chilly out here today.
I can imagine.
I'm staying warm. I'm surrounded by egg rolls, got food, got kitchen stuff, so it's not too bad.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm so glad that you do come to us from your food truck because that's how it started. You founded this food truck, and the egg rolls that you were serving, people were lining up for these egg rolls.
Well, it is my second home. Like, if I'm not cooking in my house or, feeding somebody at home, I'm on my food truck. It's where all of the recipes, all of the, things that you've tasted and all the things that we bring to QVC started. And the egg roll, like you said, ever since I opened my window on this food truck about 7 years ago, it flies out the window every time. It's always the first thing gone. And, it translates so well to the customer here at QVC.
Yes.
When you get this, it's like you're experiencing my food truck right there in your own home. You don't have to stand in line outside, especially in weather like this.
Yeah,
You can pull it out of your freezer and you can be ready to go in 15 minutes, whether it's in your oven, your air fryer, however you decide to make it. You can deep fry it. You don't need to. It's good no matter how you do it. It's going to be crispy, delicious, and flavorful no matter, which method.
And Joseph, that you make a really good point. There are so many foods that we at QVC could offer to our QVC customers, but when they get tested out, they don't necessarily translate as a delicious meal like you would get at a food truck or a restaurant when you get them home. These egg rolls, when you bite into them, you taste the freshness, you taste the flavors and the filling, and it truly is just like you walked up to Joseph's food truck and Joseph himself handed you these egg rolls. So it's really phenomenal. I want to dive into the flavors. Where do you want to start?
So let's start with the pork because the pork was one of the original 2 flavors that we brought here. And it's like I said, it's always been so popular. So I'm going to get one of these and I'm going to cut it. But inside there in these egg rolls, let's say, you don't know how big some food is. You go to a restaurant, you order a protein. Typically that protein is going to be about 6 ounces.
Right.
The egg roll, when you get one of these egg rolls, it's 3 ounces of food. So these are about twice as big as the typical egg roll you would get at a restaurant or, at a grocery store, which still doesn't compare no matter what. And again, here I have a close-up shot. I just cut this in half. This is my pork egg roll. And these are filled end to end. So in there in the pork, we have our cabbage, our carrots, our mushrooms, our green onions, all of our fusion flavors, the soy sauce, the garlic, the rice wine vinegar, the shallots, the ginger, and the pork. And again, it's 3 ounces of food, so it's a good amount. When you eat 2 of these, which is what I serve out my window when you order them, it's a full serving of food. And again, here at QVC, you're not going to pay the same price you do at my window. You're getting a much better deal here.
Yes.
And you don't have to stand outside.
Right. You don't have to wait. You don't have to hope that they're still in stock.
Yes.
Because if you think about this, you mentioned, Joseph, that you serve 2 and that's one serving. So that means you're getting
Yes.
10 servings here. So it's $7.90 per serving, which is amazing. When you think about this is twice as big as the typical egg roll that you're getting, and you're getting truly filled to the brim, because Joseph, whether it's the pork or the shrimp or the veg, what always astounds me about your egg rolls, there's no gapping. There's no excess of the wrapper on the outside. It's just jam-packed with delicious filling.
Absolutely, and they're all like that. Like we'll move on to the shrimp, which has been incredibly popular since we offer it. And another thing that I'll mention real quick as I'm talking about it is we have a limited capacity here on the truck. So when we go to an event, we typically only take one flavor egg roll, and that's our chicken, which is our original.
Okay.
But all these flavors on QVC, look at this filling. Look at these whole big pieces of shrimp here. Like,
wow.
Packed end to end. Again, 3 ounces, even though it looks bigger than that. It's 3 ounces of food, and it's really flavorful. Again, we have the cabbage, the carrots, the green onions, the ginger, the garlic, the soy sauce, all packed inside there.
Wow.
And again, when you cook these, whether you do it in your oven, whether you do it in your air fryer, and if you want to fry them, you can. You absolutely don't need to. When you cook these, you're going to get that crispy exterior, which I'll run my knife. I cooked these 20 minutes ago. I don't know if you can hear that. That's still crispy and crunchy.
That's amazing, because often when you let an egg roll sit, it'll get soggy. You can tell if you cook that 20 minutes ago and it's still that crispness. That's amazing.
Yes. That's something else, you know, like the egg roll itself and the filling is really good, but the wrapper is also good. You don't get extra. It's a crispy, thin wrapper. And when you cook it, all that flavor inside stays inside. You get all that texture, all that, you know, seasoning. And it's such a full meal, and it's really good. And again, it's versatile. Like you said, there's a plate there. You cut these in thirds or halves. You serve them on a, you know, tray with some dipping sauces, which I typically make. You know, I'll take some of my sambal, sriracha, my whatever, duck sauce, mix them together, some mayonnaise, make a spicy mayonnaise. Doesn't need it. It's really good without it. But again, it's so quick. 15 minutes from the freezer. You don't need to thaw these out. You don't need to defrost them. They'll come just like this. Here's a bag of my close-up. They have all the instructions and everything on there. You don't need to do anything other than cut the bag open, put them in your air fryer for 15 minutes, 375 degrees, or your oven preheated 400 degrees for about 15, 20 minutes. And you're going to get these same exact crispy food truck egg rolls right out of your freezer.
It's amazing. We chatted pork, we chatted shrimp. Let's talk the veggie, because I want to remind everyone, you either go 20 of either shrimp, veggie, or pork, or you can get 2 of any flavor. So you can get 10 shrimp, 10 veg, 10 pork, 10 veg, or 10 shrimp, 10 pork.
Yeah.
So it's really up to you, but we are now fewer than 250 total across all 6 options, Joseph. So we're getting really limited here. So I'm going to encourage everyone to use that phone line and call us, 800-500-7590. It's about 10 different servings for a full meal, because you're getting 2 egg rolls per serving. Basically, 6 ounces is a great amount of food.
Yes.
Let's
and
talk.
This, I haven't,
Please,
yeah,
go ahead. I was just going to ask you to talk about that veggie.
Yeah, absolutely. I have an 8-inch chef's knife here. And again, I'll compare. I have one cut in half. That's an 8-inch chef's knife, and that's one of my veggie egg rolls cut in half. And something that I really like to talk about with these veggie egg rolls is, you know, they have all that delicious flavor and seasoning that the other egg rolls have. But on top of the serving of vegetables, there's a vegetable-based protein in there. So you're getting that serving of protein with the serving of vegetables. And it's just so good, and it has the same flavor. You're not missing out on anything. I always tell people, go for the combo or some type of combo when we offer it here, and you go for it. You're always going to get that variety. You're going to get the best experience, and it's great no matter what you decide.
Oh, they absolutely are so delicious. I've had a chance to try these, and the crispiness, the full flavors, the filling. So often when we have an egg roll, Joseph, it's one note. These have
Yeah.
beautiful layers of flavors, and you just have perfected how we serve these and kind of how we enjoy them, whether you want to dip them or eat them on their own. This would also be wonderful to cut up as little appetizers and serve for the big game or serve for any of your holiday parties that are coming up in this year, because these are going to last in our freezer for how long?
Yes. I mean, they'll last for up to a year if you can keep them in there. But like you said, serving a party, serving, dinner, even making yourself a snack, it's so easy. It's so simple. It's quick. And it goes with anything. I, typically serve it with maybe some noodles, a salad. I chop up some cucumbers and just season it with a little bit of vinegar, some chili sauce. And it's great. It's simple and it's filling. It's quick, and you're getting that food truck experience every single time.
That's amazing. And I'm just thinking, if we're down to about 250, that means we're at about 5 dozen or so for each option. And I'm sure some of those are more limited than others. So please call now to place your order. These have just come back. We have been sold out previously. More have just arrived. These are so popular, always on QVC, one of our favorites here. The shrimp veg option is getting the most limited. We have about 3 dozen to go around there, or 3 dozen in each option, Chance. In each option. Okay, 3 dozen remaining in each option. So you go 20 shrimp, 20 vegetable, 20 pork, or then you go with your combo. So you can go shrimp veg, you can go shrimp pork, or you can go with that veggie and pork option. And you're seeing here just how deliciously crisp they are. Joseph, what's the wrapper on the outside?
So it's just a simple wonton wrapper. It's, basic recipe, flour, water, salt. But it translates so well because, again, these are cooked, these are fried. You get them in the bag. They come just like this.
Okay.
So, 15 minutes right out of your freezer. You can see there's, packed like this. And it's something that, being a food truck, when we, look for the recipe, try to figure out what's good, what's going to serve well, something that's its own vessel for food. It's its own vessel for meal. I just put him in a paper boat, hand him out my window with some sauce, and you're ready to go. You put him in your air fryer, take a couple of them, throw on a plate, cut them in half, boom, good to go.
That's amazing. We now have fewer than 200 to go around across all of your 6 options. Today, $79 for 20. As Joseph said, he usually serves 2 at his food truck. That's 1 serving. So you're looking at $7.90 per serving. And if you're going to a fancy food truck that has a wonderful reputation, Joseph is doing us a favor here by giving us $7.90 per serving, because I'm sure that's not what you're charging, Joseph, at your food truck, for good reason.
You're paying about a lot less. I'm not going to say the exact amount, but you're paying a good portion less here on QVC, and you're getting that delicious egg roll. But again, because we have the ability to bring it here and bring it to you, we take away all this overhead that we have on the truck normally, and we cut that out. And because of that, you're getting these egg rolls, the same egg rolls that I serve, for a better price, delivered right to your door for you to make in 15 minutes with no hassle.
That's amazing. Maybe you just need to spice things up a little bit, try something new for your meal plans, have that easy, delicious meal where after a long day, you don't feel like cooking, you feel like takeout, but you don't want the price of takeout. This is what you go with. You decide shrimp, veggie, pork, or go with those combo options where you get shrimp and veg, shrimp and pork, or veg and pork. Joseph, thank you so much for being here and for bringing this back to us. We love them so much here. Please stay warm.
Will do. It's always an honor to be here. Thank you very much.